How can I follow that? It is indeed a privilege and an honor to be here tonight to introduce the newest member of the Transylvania University Pioneer Hall of Fame, Dr. Heather Adams-Blair. Heather, who grew up in Hindman, Kentucky, was a member of the Knott County High School women's basketball team. In the spring of 1990, Heather and her team played in the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's regional tournament. Coach Mark Turner and I traveled to Eastern Kentucky for the tournament game, hoping to entice Heather to enroll at Transylvania. Heather did begin her career as a student athlete at Transylvania in the fall of 1991. However, I currently have no recollection of how well Heather played in that tournament game, nor how her team fared. I do remember that as we left the gymnasium, we found our car completely stranded by the crowd that had gathered for the second game that night. We arrived in Lexington well after midnight. What a long drive after a very productive night. You may recall the run-and-gun style of play that many of the great Eastern Kentucky players were accustomed to. Thus, we were a bit concerned how Heather would adapt to the slower tempo of play at Transy. Not to worry, because Heather brought the gun to her 4 years of college basketball. Everywhere on the court was her favorite place from which to shoot, and she could shoot the bottom out of the net from any spot. 20% of her field goal attempts were beyond the three-point arc, and 37.5% of those were successful. She literally shot the lights out at Alice Lloyd College with one of her three-pointers, and that's the truth. I'll never forget it. One of Heather's teammates recently recalled that she, and I quote, called Heather Money, M-O-N-E-Y, because I knew that when she would shoot, it was going in. If we needed to score, she was our go-to, and she made it happen. End of quote. Although Heather sank 47.1% of her field goal attempts, the few who exceeded this career percentage were taller players such as Joretta Carney, Elaine Russell, Marsha Webb, who dominated the offensive basket and scored from the paint. Despite enduring back spasm throughout much of her career, her achievements are remarkable. 808 points, 292 rebounds, 180 assists, 102 steals, and 21 block shots. She was captain of the team during her senior year. In addition to basketball, Heather played first base on the softball field for 2 years. Her coaches were the late Harry Stevenson and Transy Hall of Famer Sherry Hawley. Little documentation now exists about the softball team during these years. Nevertheless, Coach Hawley praised Heather as a dependable player, a team leader with very positive attitude. On campus, Heather continued her interest in sports with intramural play. She was a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes during each of her 4 years. She was an active member of the Chi Omega sorority, receiving the Chi Omega Service Award in 1995. Her academic performance was outstanding, earning recognition on the dean's list at least twice and graduating with honors. Heather was not satisfied with any of the major options offered by Transylvania at that time, and thus selected a series of courses to constitute what she called a major of human movement science. She then secured approval for such a major, and after mastering these courses was awarded the degree of Bachelor of Arts with a major in human movement science in 1995. Heather was a pioneer in developing the exercise science major as it is known today, and 70 majors are currently enrolled in that curriculum. After graduation, Heather continued her academic interests, first at Eastern Kentucky University, earning a Master of Arts in Education degree in 1996 with a major in Allied Health. She then enrolled at the University of Kentucky, earning a Doctor of Education degree in 2001 with a major in kinesiology and human health promotion. While at the University of Kentucky, Heather received the Hackensmith Award for Outstanding Graduate Student not once, but twice. During her postgraduate studies, she served as the assistant women's basketball coach at Transylvania for 1 year, the head coach for middle school basketball at Sarah School for 1 year, and throughout her advanced studies, she was either a graduate assistant or part-time instructor at Transy, Eastern, and UK. Heather's full-time employment at Eastern Kentucky began in 2001, and she is now a full professor there. She has received numerous awards for her work, including the Outstanding Physical Educator and Presidential Awards by the Kentucky Association of Health, Physical Education, and Recreation, the EKU International Alumni Association Award for Excellence in Teaching, the EKU Critical Thinking Teacher of the Award twice, and the Department of ESS Excellence in Teaching Award. She has served as the graduate academic advisor of approximately 85 students. Heather has lectured extensively throughout the state on exercise, injury, nutrition, and health. She is the author or co-author of 8 publications and has received significant external grants to support her research activities. She has been and remains a valued member of innumerable committees, both within and outside of EKU. Most relate to her interests and experiences at Transy, UK, and EKU. She has been a Transylvania University Alumni Reunion Committee member since her graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Heather Adams-Blair as the newest member of the Transylvania University Pioneer Hall of Fame. Heather, would you come up?
You never know what you're going to get. Thank you, Coach Deacon, Dr. Shealy, President Carey, fellow inductees, friends, and family. I start every fall semester in my Psychology of Coaching class with an assignment that directly aligns to the story of the 3 little pigs and the moral of valuing hard work, effort, and energy. The students are asked to write their autobiography and then follow up that assignment with a task of creating a professional philosophy. One of the most important elements in that paper is that there must be a strong foundation on which to support and build their philosophy. It's a very simplistic way to instill in students that it's essential to have a good foundation for success. I am so blessed. My parents, Roddy and Janice Adams, set that rock-solid 3 little pig brick foundation for me, and I have been given so many opportunities to succeed because of them. Dad worked so hard to make sure my brother and I had every chance to participate and thrive at whatever sport we did. He coached my brother, and we saw that sparkle in my eye when I began to fall in love with the sport of basketball. He graded off an area up on the hill and put a goal there where we learned to shoot, play, compete, and have fun. Coach Turner used to joke that sometimes it pained him to watch me run because it was so slow. He said it looked like I was running in quicksand. But he was always so complimentary on my shooting skills. What Coach didn't understand was that area that Dad graded off, if you missed, you go down 2 hills to retrieve the ball and then back up to play again. So I've learned very quickly I learned very quickly that I couldn't miss a shot, and so I had to hone in the skills of accurate shooting so I wouldn't have to run. While Dad worked outside of the home many hours, he always made it to our games, and I valued the time when he would recap the evening's contest. He was quick to praise and always supported my efforts. My mom, the consummate educator, both in and out of the house. She taught English for 33 years, and she is the brick, mortar, and glue in our family. Her guidance and direction have been instrumental in every good decision I've made. Her parenting lessons mirror a quote that I like from John Wooden: "Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do." She has been the best teacher and friend I could ever have dreamed of. More importantly, she set the foundation on how to be a good mommy. I often say, if I am half the mother she is, I will be a huge success. She's my idol. My parents laid the foundation and set the framework for us to make dreams reality. I thank them so much for valuing honesty, character, faith, love, and loyalty. I've made plenty of mistakes along the way, but I've always found my way back on the right path because of the lessons they've instilled in me. They taught me to be accepting and understanding. Mom and Dad had a support system of good folks around them too. Thank you, Mr. Triplett, for being here. They emphasized surrounding myself with genuine people. I brought that mindset to Transy. I met Thomas and Janie's son here, and Colby is the epitome of good. While I joke that the reason that he did stats for the women's basketball team is so he could have a good vantage of those athletic legs, I am so thankful that he became my true friend. His love, support, patience, and ability to make me laugh have made the last number of years memorable. I could not ask for a better partner, husband, friend, and father to my children. It was Transy who introduced us. Speaking of Transy, I am so humbled with this honor. I never dreamed this was a possibility. The people at Transy have been the foundation of my professional success. The education I received here has been the vehicle used in the way I teach, learn, and lead. I am so thankful for the coaching staff throughout my years here with coaches Turner, Deacon, Hawley, and Jones. And even though I wasn't on Coach Lane's team, he always treated me with kindness. I learned the business lessons and academic and life lessons from Coach when he took me on staff for camps each summer and then in his academic courses. And I've always admired Coach Deacon so much. My career was riddled with injury, and Coach Deacon always kept me in emotional check as I missed a number of practices and games. She was also there when I lost a grandparent during my senior year. She was a mainstay. I am so thrilled always to hear about her latest athletic competitions and how many numbers of miles she and Jack have put on that tandem bike. I strive to continue to be as active and involved as Coach Deacon. Transy has allowed for so many opportunities and success in my academic life. When I couldn't find the right major, I was afforded the chance to create my own, which is now exercise science. President Shearer always took time to know the students and make us feel valued. He was the consummate professional and respected leader. Speaking of respected, I would be remiss if I did not mention my respected, dedicated, and serious mentor, Coach Ron Whitson. I speak about Coach Whitson in my classes all the time. He was so intelligent, hardworking, dedicated, and just plain good. He was an excellent teacher and mentor. He took his classroom seriously and prepared accordingly. I learned so much from Coach Whitson the 2 years he asked me to take on a bigger role in organizing camps. I treasure those times, and I appreciate my Transy family so much. I love being an old McAllister for classes and games and practices. And two of my favorite people around there were Lewis and Barnetta, the custodial staff. I enjoyed interacting with those folks so much and their reflection of Transy pride. Transy has been so good to me, and I am forever grateful. This award was a surprise, but I realized it's given me time to reflect on those people who have contributed to my success over the years. My foundation was set by my wonderful parents who allowed me to leave home, come to Transy, and hand me over to you folks for 4 years. My love of teaching was ignited here and instrumental in the choice of my vocation to become a professor. I continue to teach and learn at EKU, where I have found a professional home. I'm allowed to flourish in the classroom with students, athletes, and future coaches. I am so blessed. Finally, my most important blessings are who I would like to dedicate this award to. Caden Adams-Blair and Elijah Walker Adams-Blair, my two wonderful children. These are the loves of my life. My two monkeys are a reflection of you. Because you were the foundation of my life, I can without hesitation say that my focus on their foundation and growth is built upon honesty, character, faith, love, and loyalty. My prayer is that they go forth and succeed. Thank you for this honor, and may God bless you.